Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I was recently contacted by Rubens and they wanted to send me this watercolour palette to do a little unboxing and a review and share on my channel. Now I am quite familiar with these paints. I've pulled out my other ones and these ones I did buy with my own money. This one and then this one was gifted by family members. So this is the metallics one. They really are well loved palettes. So that is the metallic set, and then we have the 48 set. Now this one is a little bit messy, really good paints, but we're not talking about them today. But I just wanted to show you that I do own other paints by this brand and I do really like them. I've actually got cheap watercolour paints as well that I've put in my own palette. So yeah, they've sent me this. There was a choice between the black one with the gold print on it or pink, and I thought, while I've already got the pink, let's go with the black. In hindsight I probably should have gone with the pink and then it would have all matched, but I wanted something different. So I have just double checked on Amazon, and Amazon UK at the minute, these 24 colours, they're £48.99 and they're on next day delivery as well. So they do come with, oh I love that, I'm so glad that I did get the black. Really nice, and the good quality tins these as well. Do come with these. Now for the longest time I wouldn't use these and I'd just wrap them up and make sure they were perfect, which is silly, and I've used the pink ones loads and loads, so I'll keep this out actually and I'll use this tonight. But yeah, it comes with this nice box. I'll probably keep this and store some pens or something in that. So you've got your information sheet about the pigments. Yeah. Oh no, there is English though. There is English. I was thinking, oh, I won't be able to read this. So there's an introduction to the brand and it lets you know about the paints. You have got, oh, it does come and it's got glitter on it. Look at that. I don't know if the camera's gonna do that justice, but it's actually glittery paper. These ain't glittery paints out there. I don't think they are. I've actually got watercolour paper ready to swatch them. So yeah, this is handy, so I'll just keep this out instead. I can't get over that. That paper's glittery. Yeah, the camera's really... Oh, there you go, just about to see it there. You see? It glistening. I've never seen that before. So yeah, we'll keep the box, because like I said, I keep spare pens and whatever else in there, because it's a good box. That is crazy. Oh, so let's have a look at the actual palette, shall we? Ooh, I love a new watercolour palette. And they're all individually wrapped. I did forget about that. I did forget about that. So I'll probably do that off camera. And I'll swatch them as well. I'll film myself swatching them and then I'll talk over it and tell you what I think, you know, first impressions of the colours. But I'm not just going to do an unboxing. I actually want to do a page. Now I've picked out a Hannah Carlzon book and I'm going to do, it's not this one, is it? Or is it? Yes it is. I'm going to do this page full of watercolour. Now I pulled out a previous book and previous pages that I've done with watercolour and I wanted to show you what I'm going to go for. So like a sort of galaxy background, so that's a two-tone one, and I do think there's another one in here. There we go. And then we've got another two-tone one. So this is the sort of thing I'm going to aim towards using these paints for today. I'm not 100% sure of the colours yet. It depends when I swatch them out which ones jump out at me. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that I'm going to go for, just to really test these paints out. Because I know that the paper will take it in these books. So let's see how many layers I can get away with. So yeah, I'll go through that when I get to that point. So let's get to unwrapping. So I've got all the colours swatched out there. I will probably have gone through my thoughts during you seeing this, but I'm really happy with them. I adore this paper. This paper is just stunning. I'm going to message them and say, do they sell this paper separately? It's really good quality watercolour paper that's glittery. It's me all over. So I would really like to purchase that. So I've got a couple of brushes. Now instead of doing the split like I did with the other one, I'm going to go with my typical pinks, purples and blues. There is a really nice turquoise though. This one right here that I want to use. And I do like as well this navy blue colour. So I'm just going to have a play around and see how it turns out basically. So to start off, actually I've got two big brushes, I don't need them. So I've got one size 6 and one size 12. I think that'll be fine. I've added a couple of more drops of water because it is a little while later now since I did them swatches. And I've just put masking tape. This is from Kenja, if you wondered. Just make sure the corners are all the way down. I'm going to put a nice wash of water all over. Now the trick with this, just lift your page up and then you can see if you've missed any bits. I do want a decent amount. I don't want it to pool on the page, but I want to see that nice glisten. Just making sure. And like I said, the paints are already activated, and I'm going to stick with the same brush and go straight into, let me double check the swatches, so it's not the darkest one, it's this one I think. Start off with the base of this. I'm hoping really to do this in one layer. It's a good test. Let's add a little bit more water to that. I haven't done a galaxy in a little while, so I'm feeling like I'm going to be a little bit rusty. So I'll clean my brush off again. I'm going to, actually I'm going to use a different brush, the size 6. I'm going to this colour. Whoops, that is way too much. See how pigmented that is? So I'm just going to add water and just move it around and let it do its thing. Clean my brush off and just carry on moving it. I'm going to add a little bit more of that pink to this corner. And the trick is making sure that the paper stays wet, because if it starts drying, that's when you get them horrible lines. So I'm going to go into a purple, which is the next darkest shade, and start pulling that colour around. And because the paper is still wet, it should just do its own thing. Now, I am quite familiar with these paints, so I've got a good understanding how they work. And the paper, if I'm not careful, will start to pill. Probably would have been better for me to do this on watercolour paper, but I wanted to do it in a colouring book, because that's what you watch this channel for. Mostly it's adult colouring, so that's how I'm going to use these paints mostly. If you hear anything in the background, my dog is in the room. Let's go in with the navy blue. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Start adding a little bit more water. Now you can just pop it onto the palette and take as much as you need, but I like going directly into the palette. I just feel like you get more of a payoff. It doesn't matter whether you're using these paints, Pound Shop paints, Daniel Smith paints. That's just the way that I like to play with the paints. Now this side probably is going to be a little bit more dry, so try and be a bit darker. Just move that paint around. And let's go. This is a darker, yeah, an even darker blue. Start pulling that towards the middle. It is really just random the way that I do my galaxies. And I might have to add a little bit more pink or purple here and there. I want some more purple here. The one thing that I will say, there's only one true purple in this palette. I mean, you can mix other purples, but if you're like me, you just like dipping straight into the pan. If you like your purples, that might be a little bit of an issue. Let's pull this down as well. I want some more of that darker navy. And don't worry, you know, the paper will crinkle. You can always iron it or put it on top of some, underneath some heavy books, and that'll soon flatten it out. I'm going to pop a little bit more of that pink in the very centre and start blending it up, because I feel like it lost its vibrancy a little bit there. And completely clean my brush off using the little cloth that it comes with. Put some, I want to say clean-ish water, and I pull some areas up just to make them a little bit lighter. And just dabbing onto the page and then just taking the excess off. I want to add a tiny bit of the black. And there's two different types of black in this. There's a warm black and a cool tone black. So I want to go in with the cool tone, I think. And that'll suit it best. Just in the very corners. Yeah, just like that. Actually, I want a tiny bit there as well. Like that, pull it out. Because I don't want it to look too perfect. Then I'll add some stars as well. Towards the end, once it's nearly dry. And then I do plan on going over the top with a bit of pencil. And then I can test to see what that's actually like. So I'm just moving this black around. I don't want it too dark there. I think that'll do. I'm quite happy with that. So it'll be interesting to see how that dries. It's quite late at night now. It's going up to 10 o'clock, so this will be left overnight, but as soon as I get up in the morning, I'll take the masking tape off, because I've noticed, the washi tape rather, the longer you leave it on, the harder it is to get off. I mean, I probably could use a heat gun, but I'm going to bed anyway, so I'll leave it overnight and let it do its thing. And then add the stars and then colour in this little bumblebee tomorrow at some point. So I'll see you then. And that is the page completely dry. I did have a tiny bit of a boo-boo. Luckily you can't see it on the paint itself. That's the masking tape's fault. But I love how it turned out. I just used a tiny little bit of Prismacolor. I think there was 5 or 6 colours. Popped some of that down and some Posca pen and a little bit of metallic gel pen over the top just to test out the pencils. But I hope that you liked the finished page. I think it's really beautiful. I think these are really, really gorgeous paints, and I'm 100% interested in buying this glittery watercolour paint, watercolour paper. It's absolutely stunning. But yeah, the pigment of these are beautiful. I can work with these just as I work with any other paint, and the pencil goes over it beautifully. Now, I did pop it underneath a really heavy book overnight, and you can see it flattened out beautifully. And there's no bleed through, nothing. And you would have seen the amount of water and paint that I actually popped down on this page. So yeah, overall I'm really, really impressed with these, so I'll have them linked in the description for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.